Doctor, you called me back today, and I do appreciate your time once again. You have a recent discovery you'd like to tell me about.
Yes, thanks for coming out. Today I went out with another film, video photographer, whatever we call them this time. And we were on our way out to discover something new that we thought possibly could be out there. And we came to the cavern. So we set out to the Cavern of the Pillars. I sent a photographer out there a while back, and he's never returned.
No trace.
Not a trace. I had to find out what happened to my video photographer. So today I went back out there, and as I was approaching the Cavern of the Pillars, they were just standing straight up at the end, and I could see light coming in, but as I approached, there was something stopping me from going further.
Like a force field that you just couldn't pass.
I can't describe it. It would be like trying to go through, and as I would proceed, there would be like a bubble, like a screen of some sort that I couldn't penetrate. I went up and I went down, I went around. I could see the light coming in, and at some angles it seemed like it could have been an optical illusion. Are they really the Cavern of the Pillars?
Right. Lost cameraman, he did make it past and made it in there, and just maybe this is some sort of a transport or portal.
It could be a portal in the terms of the extraterrestrial experience. And I believe these people that made these caverns of the pillars, it's like their last destination they get to. Good word, portal, a means to leave. Maybe I'm not ready to join that. Maybe my research isn't completed yet.
Right.
Because I cannot proceed. Maybe my videographer found something that was very important to my science.
Yeah, his work was completed in this present portion of his...
He's gone.
He's gone.
He
right.
is gone.
And you're not ready to pass through that yet.
I'm not allowed to.
Right.
I'll have to go back. The next part of my discovery today was that I've got to go back and look at the footage. There might be a clue, because as I was coming through back, I did find his camera housing and his camera.
Wow.
I've got to study that research and look at that footage.
Yeah. So when, as you were exploring today, were you solo or did you have another camera, a team with you to go?
The expedition was 2, myself and another videographer.
Uh-huh.
I can't find him either. That's what's disturbing. I mean, is that the clue? Do I need to be carrying the camera?
Right, that could be.
Might be.
Whoever you send with a camera, it's like a death wish for them. They just go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the brave soul, and I don't tell my videographers, hey, by the way, the last guy I took out here didn't make it back.
Right, yeah, they probably wouldn't sign
They
up
wouldn't
for that
do
job.
it.
Yeah, no.
So I'm going to study the footage and look at the 2 cameras and try to find what's going on here.
Yeah,
Something's going on.
yeah.
Meanwhile, I'll explore my video today, see what happened to my other guy.
So there, the second cameraman, sorry I got off topic, but the second cameraman, he just was gone altogether without a trace, or there was actually...
You know, they don't tap me on the shoulder when they're getting ready to take off.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I just don't know.
Maybe they get caught in a moment and just see something, they gotta go take a picture of this, or...
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
And
Could be.
gone.
Could be. I'm not sure.
Wow. Okay. Doctor, have you had any expeditions today, for instance, that you found anything interesting or
Yes. This morning, before I made my main voyage, I came across what I would call a debris field of different long cylinder objects. Reminded me of tubes, of some sort of tube. I simply found this area because I was lost
Really?
underwater.
Wow.
I'm looking at my compass and it again is spinning. I couldn't get a bearing. I couldn't set a course. I couldn't do anything. Each end was open, and it was all. They weren't lined up. They were like if you took pixie sticks and dropped them, they were just scattered on the bottom of the ocean. And where were they and what they did before today, I don't know. Again, it seems that they've been there many years.
Yeah.
Many years. But what else was strange here is there were shells, large shells.
Yeah.
All were dead, and they were lined up straight in a line. Some were tipped over, some were upside down, but each and every one was dead. There were 7 shells, and there were 7 pillars throughout the debris field.
where you were at today, was this closer to the island, or was this farther away from shore?
I couldn't plot it underwater because I was lost. I did finally figure out which way was north, and I swam north.
How did you get to the site today?
I don't know. I just came upon it. I was on course to go out through the pillars to the end. There must be a reason why I came upon it. I'm not sure what that is yet.
Right. Did they? What was the material they were made of? Was it something you've seen before? Or was it a foreign substance?
It wasn't made of steel or anything like that. It was definitely foreign to me.
Okay.
I tried to chip away at it, and chip away. It was just a very hardened, crusty.
Almost concrete-like?
I wouldn't say concrete, because it was symmetrical. Not concrete, no.
No?
No.
And-
Not sure what it's made out of. Hard as rock.
But not rock.
Not rock. It was, I'll tell you, it wasn't man-made. Whatever these things were. It was not man-made. Not by what I would consider man-made.
Before we wrap things up today, I do have one more question. Have you had any recent discoveries of missing or supposed ships that have been sucked into these magnetic fields, and never heard from it?
Yes, I was on a site yesterday, midday, and I came across the Maria del Sol. I met with the historian on the island today, and he claims that there is no ship down there.
as I was swimming, checking out the different artifacts of the ship, I came across a second wreck, a tugboat.
Mhm.
Now, the tugboat and the freighter go hand in hand. In shallow water, when we're in shallow water, this was depth of maybe 70 feet at the most.
Mhm.
Uh, Why would a freighter have a tugboat if it wasn't being pulled or maneuvered through the shallows?
Right.
Now, the growth on these two ships, I would say correlate with 1999.
Okay.
Now, what's really amazing is the stingrays that also are linked to the magnetic field
Mhm.
are abundant in this area. They have different large rays, smaller rays, and they seem to be southern stingrays. That would be a whole completely different thesis that I'll study at another time. First, I have to determine if the pillars of the pier and these wrecks have anything to do with the magnetic field.
Dr. Vance,
Yes.
there's speculation that your work are really pointing towards the idea of extraterrestrial alien life forms.
What gave you the indication that I'm doing research with extraterrestrial forms of life?
Now,
Again, I have so much on my plate that I'm trying to explore. The extraterrestrial experience, I had an encounter
okay,
with a craft that I believe to be extraterrestrial.
right. But when I was younger, I did have my own experience and encounter with alien life form.
So you, as a young boy, had an encounter.
I did.
Where were you as a young boy?
In the Adirondacks in upstate New York.
Is
And
the area secluded?
very secluded and actually been known to have some different activities. Reports
Hokey
of
pokey
activity.
shit going on there.
Absolutely. I've never really told anybody the full experience or extent of what I had seen. So it's a very touchy subject with some people.
It's like coming out of the closet.
Damn near.
Well, I'd be glad to invite you on my expedition, and you can hang out with me, because I do believe in the extraterrestrial experience, and it's always been in a secluded, remote area. A little swig. I would be glad to discuss this with you later.
Great. I thank you for that.
As I was leaving that area, I did come across an impact from maybe an alien spaceship. The impact field was huge. Huge. What did it look like when you were there today?
From what you're describing, it looks like remnants of what you saw today. It looks like whatever hit there might have been traveling so fast it left a crater and debris had just been strewn across the ocean floor.
The debris field was huge. Tomorrow, I would really like to see the area that you dove in.
Yeah.
And see if there's a correlation of the debris from the impact of this spaceship.
Yeah, I think that's why I would really like you to come and get your expert opinion on what these are.
Very good. We'll do it tomorrow morning.
Great, looking forward to it.
Perfect. I've never seen anything as big. If it was like the bomb of Hiroshima, that might be where I would start.
But where I was at, it looked like literally a bomb went off.
It's probably from an alien spaceship.
Once we got close to that structure, these things came out and it's almost like they didn't want us there.
They're guarding something.
That's
Possibly.
that's
Because if I would be interested in seeing that.
yeah. I mean, it's actually quite a frightening experience. Something.
Frightening.
Yeah.
I've lost 2 videographers.
So I don't want to put you in danger, but I don't want to put myself in danger.
I have one other cameraman that might
Okay.